Ladies, persons and gentlemen, thank you for watching part 2 of Remember When. I'll be counting down my top 5 most embarrassing moments of my life that I like to replay and ruminate over for you. So I want this to be a kind of cathartic experience, but we'll see what happens because it could be terrible. Yes. One of the things I wanted to bring up just quickly was that I don't know why these specific memories are the ones that I hold on to. I've fallen over before. There was a time I fell down some steps, some muddy steps when I was in high school, and I had mud all over my bum. I thought it was hilarious. There was one time where it was at the end of term when I was at college, and I loved doing these before my knees were like real bad. I did these cartwheels with like a sort of a flip kind of ending. I did that. It was rainy. It was terrible, and I did it on mud, and I landed on my ass. It was hilarious. All my mates laughed. I laughed because it was hilarious. And I don't know why I don't count those 2 instances as embarrassing, but I don't. And I'm not sure why my brain picks some things, or why our brains pick some things over others to kind of drown us in shame all over again. So I don't know if I'm ever going to find that out, but yeah. Number 5, let's have a look. I'm reading off my laptop again. Number 5. So, when I worked at the British Library, I would go to King's Cross to get home, as well, my first port of call to get home, the King's Cross station. And I love flapjacks, and so I had a flapjack, and I looked to my left, and there was this gorgeous ginger man person, and he was eating macadamia nuts. And so I said, no, I didn't. He was like, do you want some macadamia nuts? And I said, oh, yeah, sure. Do you want some flapjack? And we like shared snacks, and it was lovely. And that's what good marriages are built on. Well, so we were talking on the train. We sat next to each other, and something happened with the train, so everyone had to get off and wait for another train to come by. And even then, we were still talking and swapping snacks, and I'm eating his nuts, and he's eating my flapjack. Boom. And yeah, it was lovely, and we were having a lovely conversation. And it turns out he's German, and he comes over to Barking, which is not far from me, to do martial arts, a specific type of martial arts, and they've got a centre in Barking that caters for his specific type of martial arts. And he comes by quite a lot, and he's in the area quite a lot. So we're talking, and it comes to the point where we're gonna part ways, unfortunately. And he goes, oh, and I've just got these cards made up. The what are they called? Like contact cards. What are they called? Business cards. Business cards. Thank you. So yeah. So he took out the business cards, and I'm dying of cringe right now. So he took it out, and he was showing me. He was like, oh, look. I'm like, oh, cool, yeah, that's cool. I didn't take the fucking card. Why didn't I take the card? Why? I've seen business cards before. He wasn't just showing me paper like I'd never seen it before. Why did it not click with me that he wanted to give me the business card so that we may later, at another date, communicate again? Maybe I eat some more of his balls and he eats more of my flapjack. Why did that not come to me? Do you know why that didn't come to me? Because I don't know. So he was like, okay, well, this is my stop. And I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe we'll see each other around. I never saw him again. I'm a fucking idiot, and I never saw him again. And I tell you what, he was really beautiful. And I fucked that one right up the arse. I don't know. I just, oh, God. Those instances where it's like, if I had just that one action, yeah, goddamn. Okay, I'm gonna move on because I'm getting irritated now with my own self. So this is a time that I fell down at school. different. I didn't fall on my bum, I fell on my face. I just went, fell flat on my front, down some small steps. I stayed there. I was so embarrassed, I stayed on the floor. I really did. I stayed on the floor. I stayed there. My friends, some of them left to go to their classes because it was the bell had rung. Next class. I stayed on the floor. I was like, oh, my knees, because everyone knew I had really bad knees. I had a bone disease when I was 18 months. I was in hospital for 2 weeks. I had really bad knees ever since. Still do. But I was so crippled with embarrassment. I thought, you know what we should do? We should make a song and dance about this. So I stayed on the floor. I was on the floor for 15 minutes before an adult came by. 15 minutes. Other kids were just walking by, getting to their lessons a little bit late. You alright, Alison? Yeah, I'm cool. You're on the floor? I know. I was on the floor for 15 minutes because I was so embarrassed. I could have just got up. My knee hurt a little bit. I could have just got up. 15 minutes. Right. Number 3. I did the longest fart I have ever done in my whole entire farting life, just after sex with someone. The longest fart I have ever done. Now, I am a firm believer that if you cannot take and understand normal bodily functions, then maybe you are not old enough to be having sex. So I'm not disgusted with the fact that I farted. I love to fart. But it was the longest fart. It was the longest fart. And it was deep. And it had timbre. It had, depth to it. And a silence ensued afterwards. Like I just said, like he'd just heard the most profound thing he'd ever heard. It was a deafening silence. Didn't even mention it. I was too ashamed. And I've farted in front of people before. I accidentally, after a Buddhist meeting, got up, I was stretching, and I'd farted at someone's head level. They found it funny. I was dying of shame, but still found it funny because they found it funny. But this fart after sex, after a really intimate act, was it was the greatest fart I've ever done. I just wish I had done it with friends, It was, I'm so cringy inside. It's awful. I'm going to move on. So number 2. Number 2 doesn't sound embarrassing, but I think it's because it involved someone that I really, really liked at the time. So my cousin's friend, he's doing adult stuff like having babies and such with his partner. So I'm at a party at my aunt's. I'm with my friends. I'm with my cousins, and it's all cool, great atmosphere. I'm in the kitchen. We're all chilling in the kitchen where the smokers are. And my Buddhist sister, I've mentioned before, my gorgeous sister, is there. My cousin's there, he's there, the guy's there. There's a couple other people. And I hear my phone ringing, and my Buddhist sister goes, Addie's got a boyfriend, Addie's got a boyfriend, Addie's got... The whole, the kitchen stops. It's only a small kitchen. There's 8 people in this small kitchen. I'm cornered. I'm backed up against the oven. I've got nowhere to go apart from the little hatch that leads to the front room, and I can't fit in there anymore like I used to when I was a kid. So it's silence. There's music going on obviously in the front room, but the conversation has stopped now in the kitchen to see who it is on the phone, and it's just my friend Hannah. There is no boyfriend. I like that dude a lot. His face is beautiful. When someone's face is a offensively beautiful. That's what his face is like. He looks a little bit like Marlon Brando, and it is offensive, and it should be illegal, but it's not. So he's standing right there, and I go, yeah, yours. The least funny thing I have ever said in my whole entire life, and it dropped like a lead fucking balloon. Everyone was like, and you know why? Because her boyfriend was standing right next to her. That's why. And I didn't even like him at that time. He's okay now. He's changed, but they're no longer together, which is good, but that one specifically, where I'm gauging all those faces, and specifically his face of like, there was a part of me that wishes that I would have accidentally leaned back on the gas, and then something would have happened to distract everyone that happened. I would burn to forget that, to have everyone forget that situation. It kills me, because I think to myself, and I'm ruminating here, but I think to myself, if I would have said something funny, if I'd have done something different, maybe that would have made him fall head over heels in love with me. And obviously I know that is absolute bullcrap, but still, there's still a part of me, that part of me that's like, I could have been somebody. I could have been a contender. Like, oh, Jesus. That's one that I'm, like, the rest of these I can sort of find funny, but this one I'm like, oh, it's not funny. It wasn't funny. I wasn't funny. It was just, let's move on. Number one, this is probably, well, no, it is the worst because it's number one. So this still sort of like gets to me a little bit, but so I was singing at the Hackney Empire. I had a solo a cappella, just my voice filling the whole place. I was amazing for the most part. So on that day, Hackney Empire had rented every single last air conditioning unit from around the world just for that place. There was also hot coals everywhere. If I'm imagining right, there was several barbecues. There was dehumidifiers everywhere. I think everyone in the audience was actually given a dehumidifier to make sure that there was absolutely no moisture in the air. Anyone who does any public speaking or any singing will know that you need some moisture in the air so you don't end up sounding like squeaky voiced teen from The Simpsons. So I'm backstage, I'm glugging water, I'm doing everything that I can do to make sure that I bang this one out of the park. Everyone else has got guitars, or you know, it's a group singing. I'm the only soloist, you know, doing a cappella. I'm singing what's his face's Imagine. It's gone right out of my head. John. Oh my god, it's gone completely out of my head. Oh no, why has it gone out of my head? I keep thinking John Legend. No. Oh no. Elton John. No, not even Elton John. What is wrong with me? I can't remember. I'm singing Imagine, okay? It's gone out of my head because I'm doing this right now. And it gets to the point where it's like, you, and I fuck it up. I go, you, and I go, sorry. And I carry on, you might say I'm a dreamer, and I go on, and it's beautiful, beautiful. But I feel like everyone's laughing, for one. I feel like everyone's just gone, wow, why did we even ask her to sing? Yikes. I feel like parts of my body have walked off because, like, wow, we don't want to be seen with her. And they've gone, so I'm being abandoned by my own, like, I feel like soul, like, yeah. And that led to me not singing in public for a good 3-4 years, because I felt like I'd let them down. I was singing for a charity, a foundation, and a family who had lost their son in a violent attack in Hackney that happened just outside the Empire. Robert Levy was stopping a fight. He was stabbed himself. So it was a really violent attack. And they'd asked me to sing. And Gina Yashere was there, and all these other people, like all these people. And I really felt like I'd let everyone down, like I'd really fucked up. I ruined the day. They'd put all this on. They'd put all they'd put all these, you know, they put the whole thing, the whole day on, and I'd fucked it up basically. And I stopped singing because I didn't want to do that to anybody else again. I didn't want to let people down. I didn't want to let myself down. I didn't embarrass myself. It really didn't matter to me that I knocked the rest of the song out the ballpark. It really didn't matter to me because I fucked up that one note that should have made people cry. I should have, you know, it should have really stuck with everybody. Oh. But, I fucked it up. And I didn't allow myself to sing in public again for a long time. And I love singing, and I love writing, and I love all that stuff. But I didn't want to, like I said, I didn't want to fuck up again. So I didn't, for a really long time. So, yes, that's my number one most embarrassing moment. That, for a really long time, really, really, really fucked me up. It really fucked me up. And I think it affected a lot of things, but I didn't know it was affecting a lot of things. And that's really, you know, like, it's still funny. Embarrassing things are funny, but that, there was nothing. I can't see anything. I want to see something funny about it, but I mean, it's crazy difficult. So I know that these things are done. They're finished. They're gone. Time's moved on. No one else remembers these things apart from me. And, well, now you'll know, but you'll forget in time. And it is, you know, I better just, you know, make like Elsa and let that shit go, because it's not doing anything. I don't need help to be anxious. I don't need help to panic. So why keep a bag of, you know, ready-made panic with me, you know? So I'm opening up the floor for you to share your most embarrassing moments that you want to bury with me. I'm going to keep a trunk full of mine, and you can add yours. Here is the trunk. Wait, let me just get my hands right so it looks like I'm holding something. Okay, so there's the trunk, and you tell me your embarrassing things. Doesn't matter how many of us, it's just one. If it's not even the most embarrassing, that's fine, because what we're going to do is we're going to put them in a trunk. We're going to wrap that trunk with some Houdini type, what they called, chains, and we're going to get some big slabs of concrete, whatever, big concrete rocks, whatever, concrete rocks or concrete, and we're going to sink that shit in the Thames. We're just going to sink it, never to be seen again. We're just going to nonchalantly whistle and walk away. That's what we're going to do. So yeah, leave your comments down below. Tell me mine aren't even that bad if you want to. Let's just get some solidarity. These memories are what they are. They've happened. Time has moved on. They're not in another universe consistently happening. We should not be feeling terrible about some mundane shit. So yeah, leave me your most embarrassing things down below. We will bury them together in solidarity. Thank you guys for watching. The information that I used from the Calm Clinic will be down below in the description box. I like you. Like, share, comment and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.